Shalom, guys. Welcome to the first of many episodes of Keeping It Real with Vera. And I have a question that has been bubbling in my mind for quite a while now, and I am going to share today. The question is, why do we struggle? Like, why do we struggle when we come to that place of surrender? When you hear the place of surrender, what comes to your mind? For most persons, it feels like a state of powerlessness. You don't feel like you have any more strength or energy to keep up with your daily activities, your tasks, and all the things you have to do. Or you feel like you have lost control. You're no longer in charge of what's happening around you. You feel like the reins or the cards are no longer in your hands, or that you have failed. Failure is a part of life. You win some, you lose some, or to that place where you feel so vulnerable, like people are going to talk. People will say things that will rattle you and you are afraid. For some persons, when you talk about surrendering, it's like you have accepted defeat. Quite on the contrary, when you come to that place of surrender, at that point, you have accepted the fact that you are no longer in charge of everything. To that point where you know that you have to let go of the past, you accept the present moment, you come to terms with it, and then you have good hope for the future. That is what the point of surrender is. But what we find most times is that most people get to that point and fail to realize that this is what they should do, and they begin to struggle. They fight, the hassle, the tussle. You feel like you are out of reading, out of sync, and you stay like that for quite some time. Place of surrender requires you to come to terms with what is happening in that season of your life. At that point, for me, I'll say, hey, Vera, you're no longer in charge here. Listen, I accept. I've come to terms with what is happening at the moment. Doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You take inventory again. What are those things that are within your control? What are those things that are outside your control? What are those things you can make amends or adjust to fit in? And what are those things you just have to flow with? I know that this experience, when you come to that place where you can come to terms with everything that is happening with you or in your space at the moment, it's actually quite a beautiful thing. Though at that point, you may not see all the beauty, but when you get to look back in hindsight, you see the beauty of it all. At that point, you are automatically open to new possibilities. You get new objectives, new goals. You get to realize that you are adjustable. You actually adapt, and ability to bounce back is so high. At that point, it feels like even though you had come through a storm, you don't look it. You look fabulous, you look happy, you look radiated, and people are wondering, wow, you don't look like what you have been through. That is what happens when you come to that place of surrender. One beautiful thing I actually love about this place is it's a place of awareness. It gives you like a mirror to see who you have become in this season of your life, and gives you the opportunity to amend it if you're not satisfied with how you are in that present moment. You have the opportunity to change the outlook. It brings you to a place of self-awareness. You know yourself. You know what you are capable of in that present moment. It requires you to confront your inadequacies. It doesn't allow you to run from them, but rather to confront your limitations and your disabilities. It is actually a humbling moment, a moment that brings you to your knees. Like, wow, this is who I am. I don't like it. But yeah, I love it. So it brings you to that place of humility. You now become less ego driven. It strips you of that pride, and that you understand where you are coming from and where you are heading to. The cards or the turns of event has changed. It gives you the opportunity to navigate back or choose to actually change your course to automatically. It gives you that opportunity. And then the hassle, the emotional tussle that comes from struggling, you are spared that, and that is totally beautiful. You now have less anxiety, less worry, and improved resilience. You are able to adapt to changes. You are able to bounce back regardless of the curveballs life has thrown at you, because you have accepted that reality. This is my present moment. It may not be where I want to be, but I can totally work to make it better. I hope this helps you. I really look forward to sharing more on keeping it real with Vera. Bye, guys.